Good afternoon from the DMV. It's your boy Shad, and we are here for another daily from the good folks at Wrestling Republic podcast. We're here to talk about Monday Night Raw. Last night was a controversial episode. A lot of people online have been up in flames or happy about the result of the Women's Battle Royal, crowning a new champion. Obviously, I'm happy about that. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about everything else going on to it. Um, Today, it's just a two-man group, but we'll see. We might have a surprise for you at halftime. But I can't do this without a great uh co-host with me, my man Chaos. How you doing, bro?
What's good? What's good, everybody? Happy Tuesday, 2 for 2 for me. And yeah, we are here to talk about Monday Night Raw. The hopefully my connection is actually smoother than ever right now. Let me know how y'all that's watching see how I'm translating over to y'all. But yeah, we gotta we even though it's a two-man show, we gotta keep y'all entertained. Let's get straight to it, shall we, Shad?
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Look, I've done two-man shows before, but I've never done one with Chaos, so this is gonna be a
Oh, it's gonna
fun.
be a good one.
It's
It's
gonna be
gonna
a
be a good
fun
one.
one, man. Because me and Chaos are both very opinionated, and we've I've been on his show before. Take it to the table if you haven't watched it. We might have to cut each other off at times. If this nah, it's a
Yeah.
different show, but let's get into it, bro. Last night we had our women's battle royal. Obviously, Rhea Ripley had to go uh vacate the title due to an injury. Speedy recovery to her and whatnot. And we don't know if it's in kayfabe or real life, but we are saying that Liv Morgan did injure her. And this has been the Liv Morgan revenge tour. She was the odds favorite to win, but she did not win. Familiar face Miss Becky Lynch won the battle royal. Me personally, I thought it was a decent battle royal. It definitely battle royals are like hit or miss. They are very like awkward in the beginning because a lot of them girls don't know what they're doing. They're just trying to like go at each other. But once you got more people eliminated and had some cool spots, the last bit it was good. Last three, I think it was pretty, you know, pretty clear that we thought it was going to be Nia, Liv, and Becky Lynch as the final three. But that's the final three, and Nia got eliminated, and it left off to the final two, Liv and Becky. Nice exchange. Becky gets the win. She is champion. The woman who lost to Rhea at Mania is now the champion. Before I kick it off to you, I must say, I know a lot of people online feel like this was the wrong decision. People are saying it should have been Liv. What are they doing? People, you can look at the title. They're calling Becky Lynch the new Hulk Hogan. I think that's a bit of a far-fetched statement. Uh, to say that she is being selfish, to say that she is being a person that's only going to business for herself and all the accolades go to her, it's not true. This woman is a pretty selfless superstar in the last year. She went to NXT. She gave the rub to a lot of up and coming talent. And I mean, she's someone that really wants to benefit the women's division. I think in a way it does make sense. I am one person that did say I think Liv Morgan should have the title, but how we get to Liv Morgan getting the title, this could be an additional step to it. Becky being the champ, being the top dog in the women's division since Rhea is out, Liv going on this tour, going through adversity and getting through and beating Becky eventually in a singles match. I think that's the way to go. But neither here or there. Chaos, what are your thoughts, man? How'd you like the battle royal? And do you think that Becky is the Hulkster?
So let me start off with the match. Let's see. The thing is, I'm not really a fan of. I love battle royals, but I'm sorry, but I'm not really a fan of women's battle royals. They feel very clunky. They feel a bit, at most times very choreographed. And it doesn't really leave a good impression from like you said at the beginning. It was very clunky. Most women didn't know what they were doing, and then you could see some telegraphed hits, or like they were supposed to dodge and they didn't, or they were waiting for them to actually duck a punch. It was just felt very forced and very choreographed, and that kind of definitely dampened it somewhat. But like even the table spot as well, clearly that didn't go the way they tried to do it twice, and the only way they could do it is through commercial break and then do a forced power bomb. So yeah, this feels very clunky, especially women's battle royals. But to say that Becky Lynch is the new Hulk Hogan, I think that is a bit extreme. It's she didn't do say Nia Jax came and won the battle royal, and then she comes down, challenges Nia Jax, and then she wins the title. She didn't do what Hulk Hogan did to Yokozuna at WrestleMania. She didn't do that. It was just that I feel like the fact that she got what is it? She got she got collided with Piper Niven twice, and then also got written out via the table spot properly off camera, and then she still comes back and win. It feels a bit, it does feel a bit, a bit contrived, but yeah, obviously this wasn't the plan. I think she was meant to take an extended leave. Obviously, thanks to the Rhea injury, she had to come back a bit sooner. Does Liv Morgan? Should Liv Morgan be in the person? Possibly, but I feel like they're kind of holding off it. I think she doesn't really have the necessary momentum just yet to become a full-fledged heel, because she was still doing babyface stuff. She was still high-fiving the crowd and stuff. So I think they're still getting her to a certain point of momentum where she is officially a proper heel to take the title of Becky. Because obviously I think that was the ultimate, the direction was probably Liv Morgan to dethrone Rhea or something that happened down that line. So I feel like they're just holding off it to give her a bit of momentum to actually do some heel, like go full heel and take the title off of Becky, and then that's when you probably see Rhea return at some point, and then obviously that'll be their feud. But yeah, I'm fine with it. I still believe that Becky doesn't need the championship, but I think in terms of a big name, and for Liv Morgan to take that title off a big name, then Becky Lynch is the best option. So yeah, it was what it was. But I'm here for the ride and see where it goes. I think they just want to build Liv Morgan a little bit more up to take the title off and become a full-fledged heel. That's why I see it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you on that. I will say this, to your point. You said that it was clunky. I watched that battle royal and I looked at it. I was like, a lot of these girls do not need to be the champion. I don't know if they're ready to be the champion, just off of the sure fact that a lot of them are very, very like green still in ways in ring, or some of them are just so used to being tag team superstars.
Yeah.
Like, or they're just not ready yet. Like a Piper Niven is someone who I think is intriguing because I think she is a great worker and she is a dominant like giant in the women's division, and she's pretty good with character work. She just hasn't gotten an opportunity. Same with Nia Jax and whatnot as well.
Yeah.
And salute to Maxine Dupree, because I think last night was probably one of her better showings
Oh
in
yeah.
the battle
Yeah.
royal
Yeah.
with her little like when she was getting the kicks off. Um,
Yeah. And I felt
but
like, if anything, one decent surprise that if they did went down that route, would have been probably Chelsea Green. I feel like she definitely would have been maybe a nice swerve as a
yeah,
women's champion. That would be pretty cool out of all of them. But yeah, you're right. There was a lot of cannon fodder in that ring.
nah,
For sure.
for sure, yeah. And we need the draft, man, because we need, like I said, we need to like equal out this division. SmackDown got
Yeah.
all the hitters, man. They
Oh yeah,
got Jade.
100%. Obviously, like I said, they were in the pickle. This is obviously nowhere near part of their plans. I feel like Rhea was meant to have the title for probably maybe another year, or like for a majority of this year. But yeah, wherever this injury is, it's quite severe for it to be away for quite some time. So yeah, they just had to like just think on their feet, you
For
know.
sure.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we got a lot of comments, but I can't get through all of them because our good friend Sonny Marks, the artist formerly known as Sonny Dalton and Sandy, what's going on? You have finally met us on the YouTube world. They answered your question for you too. Your connection is great so far, bro. This is
Sweet.
definitely this has definitely been good. You haven't stumbled at one point. Um, they also,
I've
they also,
upgraded better than Chris Jericho has in a long while. Sorry.
and this is an interesting one. They said WWE got scared and turned to a trusted star. Should have gambled with an up and coming star to try to make a new Becky, Rhea, a new Charlotte. You know, I don't disagree with that point, but it's also a risk. Like it is like you said, it is a gamble. It can either go really good, you can hit the jackpot, or it can go really bad, and you can really stain that women's title that has been held at such of a high regards due to Rhea Ripley being champion. So I don't, necessarily agree or disagree with you, because we don't know what the situation would be. But I mean, it is an interesting point. Um, to that, next, man, we started off the show with a little bit of a promo exchange. Mr. the artist formerly known as Senor Money in the Bank, now a world champion, Damian Priest and Jay Uso. They have a match at Backlash for that title. And I don't know, Chaos. To me, I thought the promo exchange was okay. I thought Damian Priest's story was cool, but like it just came off very long winded. It came off kind of boring after a while. And then Jay Uso was just cutting up on him, bro. He was like acting like he was like an aggressive, like K Shine or like Tay Rock, just barking on him, calling him Dom's female dog and all that. And Jay was getting at him, and it felt like, oh man, you coming out with this whole sympathy story, talking about y'all's history, and the baby face is literally just kind of putting you in your place. But it has me excited for the match. I do like both of these superstars. We had the whole JD McDonough coming out, kind of messing it up, and then Jay hit him with a super kick. What are your thoughts? Did you like the promo exchange? And are how you feeling going into Backlash with these two in their title match?
Yeah, I thought the promo was fine. I thought it was a nice little twist too with Damian Priest in his promo, because I thought, yeah, he was just gonna cut a typical heel promo saying like, no one's gonna take this title away from me. I'm gonna be the greatest world heavyweight champion that ever lived and all that. But I felt it was a nice little twist to it. He actually respected him. He he spoke about this after Jay whooped his ass, and they had drinks, and they're saying they're going to be next and whatnot. So there was a couple little face words, and obviously he kind of went a bit, kind of teetered on to the heelish part, saying, yeah, like, I'm the one that's world champion, where are you, and that stuff. But yeah, like you said, Jay bodied him. He was just like saying, like, what did he say about also, when you see Rhea, make him tell her I said ha. What the it was so hilarious.
That was so
But
funny.
yeah, it was crazy. And then yeah, I felt like, if anything, the aftermath was a bit more clunky, because I know that JD came out, and then there was a little bit of miscommunication, like mistiming and stuff. Then obviously the super kick, which I don't think it really connected, if at all. I think but Damian Priest made the most of it. But yeah, I think mainly this was the focus point, was obviously the actual downfall of the Judgment Day, because obviously this was the first step, and then later in the night, Damian Priest obviously took out other people and said, like, I don't need y'all need me. So yeah, I think the main focus, instead of it being about Jay and Damian Priest, it was more about Damian Priest and the Judgment Day. I think that's what the focus point was. But the match itself at Backlash is going to be fun. My prediction is that Damian Priest is going to retain. Jay Uso is going to do what Jay Uso does. But yeah, Jay Uso is not going to become world champion. Still not yet. It's not his time. At some point he will, but yeah, it'll be a fun co-main. I don't think it'll be the main event. I think it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
For sure. Yeah, I'm very curious about this whole Judgment Day thing too, because I don't know who's gonna be the babyface out of this situation when it all trickles down. Cause like there's mannerisms and words that Priest says that makes me feel like he would be a babyface, but like he kind of just like dogged all of his boys, right? Like that was kind of heel too. So
Yeah, I feel like I think Priest, because I thought they would at one point, before even Priest became champion, we thought that it was going to be him and Finn Balor. Balor was the face, sorry, the heel, and then obviously Priest is the one when he gets kicked out of Judgment Day. But yeah, you're right. I think Priest is gonna be the a-hole out of this, and then yeah, Judgment Day is gonna be turning on him. And Balor's gonna be one of definitely down the line. I think we're gonna see Priest against Balor at some point down the line for sure. But yeah, he's gonna be riding the babyface flag. Balor is. So yeah, it's most likely that Priest is gonna be the heel out of this. It makes sense. I can't imagine. Remember when it was the babyface with the Archer stuff? It didn't work. He's not good as a babyface. Priest is known as a heel. So yeah, and his persona exudes a heel.
He's better as a heel. Last time I think I remember him as a babyface was really like when him and Bad Bunny was tag teaming against Morrison and the
Not
Miz,
even that. Remember the zombie match against the Miz? Remember that?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh gosh.
Need I say more?
Oh man, I'm so glad that Priest is at where he's at though. Like don't people in the comments don't get it misconstrued. I think he's a phenomenal person in the WWE as a wrestler and as a character. And I think him being champ is well deserved. This dude has been putting in work. Come on, man. He really is low key a catalyst of a reason why a Grammy nominated musician and Bad Bunny is like was able to do what he did in the ring numerous times. So salute to him, and I'm excited for Backlash. Um, after that, man, we had a tag team title match. We had the Awesome Truth versus DIY. These guys have kind of been friends, never been foes too much. And I thought they had a fun little match. I must say, I don't like to compare and contrast a lot, but Max Caster, that's how you perform a rap going up the stage. All right, buddy? Just know that real quick. No shade on you. But our truth is
That is
great.
shade.
Oh well. But it was a fun match. They're a little, where's the Kofi Kingston's a little trouble in paradise. Ciampa was not happy after the match. He did not want to shake their hands, and it has me. We'll talk about another segment later, but I don't know what the direction is because I would personally like to see DIY break up, but then you take out tag teams. But I think Ciampa's best bet is a single star as a heel. I've been saying it on record. I don't really see DIY as interesting as they were back in NXT. I think we've let it play its course as long as we can, and it hasn't worked. Even if you put the titles on them, I know that they can work in ring. The crowd is just not engaged to them, and even as a viewer on TV, I'm not engaged to him. But I like Ciampa as when he was doing the solo stuff, and even when he was a heel cutting promos as Miz's, lackey in a sense. I mean that in respect. I think that's more beneficial than him being a tag team wrestler. But I don't know. That's just me. What do you think, Chaos? Did you like the match? What do you think is the direction for DIY and just the tag team division on Raw in general? Like, do you think that Awesome Truth are good champs for the future?
No, I don't think they're good chance for the future. But I know why. I can see why they gave it to R-Truth. Obviously, he was with the Judgment Day, and I felt like it was just like a thank you for being with WWE for all these years, and and all that kind of stuff. So I felt like it was like a I can't think of the word but like a more like a thank you thing to become tag team champions. I feel like they're not gonna be champions for long. I hope not. It was a feel good moment for Mania, but yeah, you definitely need some serious firepower in the tag team division. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of thankful that the draft is happening soon. And we'll see what new challenges could possibly go there. The match itself was fine. Typical Raw match. Yeah, DIY. I hate this DX thing. It's ass. I'm sorry, I don't like it.
So cringe, man.
It's cringe. It really is. I mean, it was fun for maybe a week or two, but the way they're leaning far into it, and the fact that they're happy that the tag team champ R-Truth gave it to them, and they're the ones that's champions, and you're still riding that wave, even like it's just so weird. Anyway, yeah, I like the thing that that Ciampa is obviously wasn't happy and whatnot. I feel like DIY. I understand that they've run their course as a tag team, but I feel like they've run this course as a babyface tag team. I feel like maybe they should give it a try as a heel, because we've seen both of them become faces and heels separately, but we've always seen DIY as a face team. Why not switch it up and then see what they could do as a heel team? Because I feel like if you split them up again, they're just gonna get lost in the shuffle, bro. No matter what show they're gonna be on. Obviously, you got the draft, and you might split them. But yeah, I feel like they will just get lost in the shuffle. I feel like due to Ciampa's age and his look, I feel like there's only so much they can make him run on the main roster compared to what he did in NXT. So that's why I feel like I think if you keep them, especially Johnny Gargano, when he did the singles run, he was lost in the shuffle, didn't do anything. So I feel like if you keep them together, but just switch it up, make them a heel team, see where you can go from there. Maybe switch them to SmackDown, and then give new challenges for the World Tag Team Championships, if that's, or the WWE Tag Team, whichever one's on SmackDown, whatever. And then just go from there. I think that's what they should do. Keep them together, but change them as a heel.
Nah, I hear you. That could also be a good change for him and whatnot. But something definitely does need to give, and I agree with all the points on that, man. This DX stuff, it is not for me, bro. Like
It's ass.
they even leaning towards it with that. Uh, but what is not that is our sponsors, man, and that is Next Level Connect, man. Let me tell y'all something. There, as a people that have a lot of content with different links, having your Twitter, having your Instagram, having your YouTube page, your Twitch. It's hard to just, provide all of that separately. This place consolidates it all in one website. Next Level. These guys are great, man. You can go to the URL there at nxconnect.me/backslash Wrestling Republic, and you'll see all of our content, man. Our website, all the great articles that our writers have, our review team. You get all these videos of the podcast that we have, our Instagram page. I know most of y'all follow us there. All the breaking news that happens. We done drop breaking news all throughout today that's been on there. You can find all of that through Next Level Connect. Salute to those guys, man. They got some big things. They had a couple, you know, opportunities to get people into Mania, giving them some video games, and I heard they might have some stuff down the road. So stay connected with Next Level, and then stay connected with us, man. We here. Um, I got a surprise, bro. I guess they didn't trust us to just be a two-man today.
Really?
Um,
Boo, Ben. Boo. Boo.
yes, man. In
The
my
hell is
words
this?
of Ash Ketchum, Clark, I choose you.
Don't you
Oh,
dare boo me, Chaos. Get
I'm
the
sorry, I
twos
didn't
up.
know. It's
It's
RC
RC
Tuesdays.
Tuesdays.
It's
Let's
RC
go.
Tuesdays.
I couldn't miss it. I know I'm late. Check out that Connect link. It is / but Shad with the ad read
My
of the
bad.
year right there. You're all good. It's not about that. I'm stoked to be here. I'm stoked to get into this. How could I ever miss an RC Tuesday, Chaos? I mean, come on, man. And with Shoddy at the helm, driving the car for us,
Oh yeah,
we've never
you
been so dialed in on a Tuesday in my whole life. I
we,
ate
we
my Wheaties and put my Wheaties hat on for a reason.
yeah. Now we are glad that you were able to come to the show, bro. All jokes aside, it's always a pleasure to have you. I can't do a Tuesday show without my man's Clark. He's always here, and yeah, man, it definitely, like I said, the ad is right there. You go ahead, read that. Clark,
Boom.
did you enjoy Raw last night? Before we start,
Okay, I got to start with top to bottom. I actually kind of did, and
hmm
in a weird way, I thought, this is kind of a funky sandwiched Raw
hmm
because a lot of us are still reeling from Dynasty. Dynasty was an excellent show, and we're not that far away from Mania, right? We always talk about the Raw after Mania. Well, how about the Raw after Mania,
hmm
right? And I
leading
thought,
leading into a draft as well.
yeah, headed to the draft. And if you haven't seen the draft episode with you and Ben, go check that one out.
I won.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheap plug there while we're up. But I'm just saying the to me, the draft is as important as it is. It was also important for this episode to be a big deal. There's been a lot of speculation about the Netflix thing coming up and what's
hmm
going to happen in the fall. I thought it delivered top to bottom, and I'm actually really stoked about the first topic that we're going to talk about. That
Oh
involves
yeah. So here's the thing. Raw. I think we talked about stuff that I was about. These next topics are the stuff I really liked about.
yeah.
And last night we had a crazy moment happen. Gunther coming out basically saying that he is going to one enter the draft. Two, his sights is on being king
Ooh.
of the ring, which I thought was pretty cool to see because that's always been a little gimmicky. I think Gunther can make that seem super serious for who
100%.
he is.
Yeah.
And oh man, we had a match. The New Day coming in, Xavier Woods, the reigning the ring, basically saying if you want that spot, you got to get through me in that tournament. Him and Vinci had a match. He beat Vinci. Vinci was shunned by Gunther, was, hugged numerous times by Ludwig. They're like a little too much like, come on, buddy. You all right? Come on, buddy. And Ludwig Kaiser beat the brakes off my bald headed brother, man. He smoked him last night. He got kicked out the whip. They kicked Vinci out the whip. He's no longer in the Imperium. I gotta ask you, Clark. One, how did you feel about that beatdown? And two, what do you think is the direction with this whole Imperium thing?
So the beatdown was off the charts. I was hyped about the beatdown. In a weird way, I would have actually preferred them to pull it in the reverse, where there was some jealousy over how over Ludwig is. I don't think Gunther needs Ludwig anymore. Vinci needs both, or one or the other, based on the way that it's been booked thus far. It was one of the most fun segments of the night, though, because that beatdown was absolutely ruthless in every way. But another part of it that I forgot about, and two, get the twos up. It's Tuesday. The New Day are some of the best trash talkers in the whole business because there's two different ways to talk trash. There's the way where you attack somebody's, vulnerabilities when you're talking trash. The New Day, the brilliance of laughing at any kind of trash thrown their way is one of my favorite strategies in all of hand-to-hand trash talk, verbal trash talk. But it's I sometimes you forget how great Kofi and Woods are at this. Part of me was sitting there and looking at the three members of Imperium and the two members of the New Day and just going like, what if this is how Big E comes back? No way. What if it is? During the early parts of the segment, of course, that's not what happened, but I really, really enjoyed it. I mean, tag division is on fire. It's weird, though, that we got our best workhorse tag team in my eyes, whether it's the Creeds or anybody else on that Raw roster currently, Imperium, broken up. That's my only fear coming out of this is, dang, we just had all these fresh tag team titles. We just had two tag teams that could easily, on a pay-per-view, be wrestling for them, the New Day and Imperium, and we decided to kick Vinci to the curb as hard as he was kicked and as badly as he was beaten up. That's the only scary part of this to me, but sometimes you just forget how great the New Day are. That entrance, everything, and the mic work, just delightful.
No, I definitely agree with you. I think the New Day, obviously, to anyone's point, they're gonna be Hall of Famers in the WWE. They're one of the best factions and tag teams in WWE history, and yeah, their persona and character meshes so well with somebody like Gunther. To your point, because like you said, cheerful, fun. They're gonna tease you, mess around. While Gunther is Mr. Serious, he's
Yeah.
always on man time, ready to go at all seconds of the day, and he strives for excellence. They are everything he is against. So it is definitely something.
What?
We got a
Let me.
comment on.
Ooh,
Go
so
ahead.
I was just
No, go
gonna
ahead. Go
ask
ahead. Go
y'all.
ahead.
Which beatdown was worse, this one or the one against Jimmy Uso and Tamatonga? Which one was worse? Or not even that, and Kevin Owens. Which was out of those three? Which one do you think was the worst?
I might
This one.
KO because of the blood. I would maybe give the slight nod. This one was more violent as far as like the spots, but the blood was unique with the KO one. So that one to me is it's actually razor thin between those two.
I got last night's one, man. I don't know what it is, but like Ludwig just really sold everything about how he attacked the man. He looked like he was just completely fed up with him, and maybe it's more so of the story where it is like that's your bro, like y'all have come up together, and you just completely turned on him. And yeah, but both. I mean, we've got two good back-to-back beatdowns. Nothing is worse than the Rock on Cody, though. But
Of course, that's the best one, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Of late.
Of late, yeah. I gotta ask you also, Clark. Someone in the Akash Rajput Kapitan wrote on Instagram, "What mic do you have?"
It's Sure. It's a Sure mic.
Okay, he's in.
This is the brand.
It's a very well known mic that rappers use as well.
Yeah, it's a Shure mic, and then I use a Focusrite audio box.
Okay.
If that helps.
Our good buddy David Maj, I can't wait for the draft, but I'm even more excited for tonight's spring breaking. Don't forget to watch with us after. We're gonna break it all down on off the air.
I didn't even know that NXT was on tonight. My bad.
He said, "You funny, bro."
Ludwig he watches Kaiser off the air on replay. It's in the middle of the night for chaos.
Ludwig Kaiser was unhinged. Yes, he was. Man, all right. This next segment I also liked a lot too. And this was the exchange between two, familiar foes, two familiar friends. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. I always say like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are like wrestling soulmates. I think Drew and Sheamus are wrestling soulmates too. The chemistry they have amongst each other as either rivals or as partners has always been good to me. I think the fact that they are like real live buddies makes it seem a lot more organic. And that came into play yesterday because Drew, cut a promo. The fact that he said to that crowd, say what? If you kiss your cousins in Oklahoma, in Ohio, brilliant. They fell for the bait. That was funny. That's just, it's not even that, it's like not even super clever. It's just, haha, I'm a dude. I'm going to laugh about that funny type of
just
stuff.
Good enough.
Good to do that. And then just, kind of very good heel Drew promo like he has been. Sheamus coming out, saying, what's going on with your fella? This, that, and the third. And then Drew weight shaming, saying burger after burger after burger to that man.
That was a bar. That was a bar.
That was a bar. That was a haymaker. That's it. I loved it, man. I think Drew has really like honed into this heel character so well. He is really one of my favorite professional wrestlers in general at the moment with this persona. And I don't know what this is going to lead to. I don't know if they're going to have a match coming up. I know Clash at the Castle is coming soon too. But I'm here for it. But I got to ask you, Chaos, first. How'd you feel about the promo exchange? Obviously, we also had a match between Shinsuke and Sheamus. Shinsuke taking another loss. Yeah. But break it all down. How'd you feel about
it? Yeah, I mean, I loved their promo. I didn't expect Sheamus to come out. That was pretty cool. I thought it was just gonna be another whiny promo from Drew before his match. But then you see Sheamus come out, is asking what the hell's going on. Like I said, I enjoyed the bar when he said obviously what Sheamus said, we have banger after banger after match, but Drew said, well, since you come back, it looks like you've just been having burger after burger. And even I agree. I was just like, because when I saw the photos of Sheamus online, and I thought they were photoshopped, but I mean, like, damn, like, they definitely called him ahead of time. But it's very interesting, and especially with the last line that Drew said before the match happened. He said, "I'll be waiting for you on watching the match from where the commentator is, and and also watch your back." But the way he said it, and even Pat McAfee was just like, "What does he mean by that?" In the words of Drewski, what do you mean by that? Um, and so yeah, it was obviously nothing happened at the end. The match, to be fair, it was in the background for me. I thought it was, yeah, I feel bad for Shinsuke. Ever since his match with Seth Rollins for the world title at that pay-per-view, he's just been getting loss after loss after loss. And it's just like, sure, he's shown prominent on TV and whatnot, which I'm glad for him, but he's been in nothing substantial. It's starting to be like, rest his soul, Bray Wyatt. You know, you speak all this talk, you know, this cryptic stuff backstage, and you've got nothing to show for it. It's unfortunate for him, but yeah, we'll see what's going on there. And yeah, obviously, I mean, I would love to see Drew versus Sheamus at Clash of the Castle. I don't know if for some reason he doesn't get the title match at Clash of the Castle, him against Sheamus, why not? I'll be down for it. But yeah, it's fine. It was fine for what it was. Let's see where it goes from there. The match I can't really write anything about, but yeah, that's my thoughts.
Nah, for sure, man. Poor Shinsuke, man. I don't know what we do
Yeah.
in regards with him. He's kind of just been the fall guy and taking L's. But he gets to be on TV a lot, and people still like him. Clark, I gotta ask you same question, man. What you feel about the segment? And what do you feel with the direction of Drew and Sheamus? Do you think this is a upcoming feud for a potential pay-per-view? I know we got 2 pay-per-views in Europe coming up. Do you think one of them comes up with it?
Is it just me, or does this feel like the day that the internet wrestling community got their lightsabers? Or if they were wizards, they got their wands. Like apparently the WWE listens to the internet now, because the entire weight thing was internet based. And that's where Drew started here,
Very
right?
true.
Like it was. And so what I'm saying is, wield those things with responsibility, my friends, because if we go over the top, they're not going to book it like that, because there are the sponsors and there's corporate stuff going on as well. It's just wield that power responsibly, I would ask of the IWC. But yes, it the promo itself I thought was awesome. The sitting down in the ring felt very much shoot adjacent at the very least. I don't know how planned that was. Him sitting down and doing the Punk thing. Sheamus, the perfect guy to be on that spot. Now, as far as the Shinsuke thing, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Chaos nailed that one. What? Yeah, the cryptic stuff. What are we doing with Shinsuke? I don't. The poor guy just gets brogue kicked into oblivion by Sheamus after all this. All this work he's done. He's out there to be a legitimate challenger. Eventually, we're going to catch on that he's not a legitimate challenger. And that's the toughest part. As far as the international pay-per-views, I'm stoked about that. And the build for this, I'm even more stoked about. The interesting part to me, though, is this Sheamus and Drew stuff seems to clearly fit in one place, and that's the UK and Scotland. Doesn't fit as well to me necessarily in France or Berlin. And so I'm not sure what to do with that here nor there. And we also, in our last segment, we just eliminated a member of Imperium who might make more sense in Germany or France, right? In Giovanni Vinci. And so that throws me for a bit of a loop. But I am excited about the entire thing, and I loved the segment. I do think it's cool that because the weight shaming is BS. And so you want to build a baby face. It happened all week on the internet. Do it on TV. The best wrestling has some realism. I have no complaints about that part of it.
For sure. And who better of a person to tell you than your own bro, right?
Right.
It stings a little bit more like, damn, for real, man. All right, let me.
You've been eating, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh,
Hey,
hey,
Sheamus is gonna be good though, man. You see his Celtic workouts. That man gonna be
he'll be
jacked by the
fine.
time he got his next pay-per-view match.
He's
Oh
gonna come
man.
out with an 8-pack by the time the matchup happens.
Yeah. Oh man, David Maj, you got some good ones in here, bro. He is saying what he say? He said he wants Bronson Reed to enter for the King of the Ring. Shout out to
Yeah.
Bronson Reed. Him and Sami Zayn had a nice little backstage brawl, and I like that potential feud. He's also glad that Sheamus has come back. We are too, man. Sheamus is a guy who's been here for a minute. It's crazy to me because I remember when he was like the new guy when I was in like high school, middle school, and whatnot. But he's been here for a little while, and glad to see him still being able to work at a great rate that he
And it's
does.
only now he's getting his flowers as well. It's only now, well,
Yeah.
not his flowers, but he's getting um his acknowledgement, if you will. People can actually call him
Recognition, at least, for like what
recognition.
Nah,
That's
he's accomplished. Yeah, there you go.
yeah, for sure, man. Like, I mean, we talk about Clash at the Castle. Like, I feel like we wanted him to get that like Intercontinental
yeah.
Championship off of Gunther. Like, a lot of people were raving about that, and then like, yeah, man, it's always good to see. And obviously, uh, last thing before we get to the next topic, um, him and Drew, it's cool to see how they don't feel tired out, but still being connected to the hip in regards to storylines. And a lot of that is because it is a new Drew. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. All right, man. Last topic of the day. Chad Gable was speaking facts last night. We got heel Chad Gable now, man. This guy came out with the suit with the rest of his crew, and he just let it all out, and he let his team know that I'm not here for all the comedy aspect. I'm not here for the losing. Y'all, he called Maxine like smart as a box of rocks. He called Otis the biggest disappointment. He just made Tozawa feel like the internet feels about Tozawa as a professional wrestler. Um, it was kind of tough, man. It was a little rough, but I liked it. I think heel Gable is intriguing. I think he's an interesting character. He definitely does kind of come off a little Ben Shapiro-ish, but it's all good. But I gotta ask Chaos, what you think, man? How do you like the direction of Hill Gable, and what do you think we go from here in regards to him as a character in the Alpha Academy?
Yeah, man. I'm here for it. I'm glad that it was a nice little twist. And yeah, I felt like he was. You say Dan Shapiro, he definitely went Dolph Ziggler on that, but not promo. He was like, "It should have been me. It should have been me." But yeah, I'm loving this. It looks like this is pretty much the end of Alpha Academy, or if they're gonna call themselves that anymore. Which is, it's understandable. He can't carry on dead weight. I think obviously they might tolerate him for a couple weeks, but then yeah, you're gonna see that whole thing dissolve, and then yeah, Tazawa gets written off, Otis gets written off, everyone gets written off. But yeah, I think this is obviously leading to Chad Gable actually getting the IC title through for lack of a better term, nefarious means. And I'm all here for it. I want to see, but I think at the same time, is it too soon to have a heel champion, especially as an IC champion so soon, considering we've had Gunther for what 2 years, so maybe probably not. But yeah, I'm liking this. This is I'm liking the serious version of serious heel version of Chad Gable instead of just someone that's bragging about his GPA and this nerdy heel. So yeah, I'm loving it, loving the suit look. Complete buried I think, what did he call the team? Dumber than a bag of rocks. Like
Yeah,
that's a bit harsh. That's a bit harsh, but I'm here for it. Either way, it's gonna be a nice little uh uh a refreshing look for Chad Gable, and he's so underrated. He deserves more. I just hope that you give him the time and day, and eventually he will become the deserving champion, singles champion that he deserves. So yeah, I'm all for it. Very funny, very good.
for sure, man. It's interesting to me though because with the IC title reign, I feel like it's a whole different direction because we wanted
Mm-hmm.
him to have it off a sympathy factor,
Mm.
him overcoming Gunther, but now we're far away from that. I like the heel pivot, and I think heel Gable as a champion down the road could be really fun. And yeah,
Yeah,
he called Maxine. He said the prettiest princess, but smart as a box of rocks. Ouch.
yeah,
But he
definitely.
motivated her. She did good in the battle royal because of him, Not
She
because of
did all
Becky
right.
stepped
She did
up.
all right.
Because of him.
I just feel like he definitely needs a championship. It's like soonish. But I mean, if he goes to SmackDown, Logan Paul's there, but he's already a heel. He's not gonna be world champion or WWE champion. It's a bit like I feel like he needs some type of championship to establish or carry on his heel run. But yeah, it's a bit tricky right now. It's a bit tricky. We'll see.
For sure. Clark, I got to ask you real quick, man. What are your thoughts on Mr. Chad Gable? I know you are a big Alpha Academy fan. You shed a couple tears for Otis and Tozawa.
I think this is the downside of the WWE clearly listening to the internet. They wanted Chad Gable, now you got him. And if it was me and I had the pencil and I could make the decisions, I've got Gable still as a face, and I've got Gable with the Creeds joining Alpha Academy in a fun way with leadership immediately feuding with Imperium with Vinci still there. That's what I would have done personally in this spot. 3-on-3 on the way to the IC title and then figure it out from there. Elevate everybody in this spot. And I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it definitely hurts the Alpha Academy. I shed tears for Tozawa. I shed tears for Otis. Not just Otis, Otis. This guy's a fashion icon. And we're just kicking him to the curb. He's also a great freestyle wrestler in and of himself in his own right. I'm still excited about it. I do enjoy the direction. I get it. And if we end up with Team Angle 2.0, basically, with Gable and the Creeds, I'll be able to wrap my head around it and we'll be all good.
Nah, for sure. Man, I did not mean to do that. It's tough, man, because I fear for what happens for the other guys if it does break up, because I don't know what I feel like those two get back into that like 24/7 comedic timing type of situation. But I mean, that's neither here or there. Man, this was a great episode. And Monday Night Raw was fun, man. It was fun talking with y'all. Clark, I will let you do the honors, man. Sign us off. Tell us the schedule for where they can catch us at the day.
Oh, it's been a heck of a show. Tune in tonight. If you have no plans tonight, you do now. That's going to be 7:15 Pacific. That's 10:15 over in the East. That's 9:15 Central. And of course, 4:15 in Hawaii. Noon Pacific tomorrow. The daily 9 Hawaii. That's 3 in the East, 2 in the Central, and then 8 over in the UK if you're chaos for sure. But with that, have an excellent afternoon. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, please do. It means the world to us. Thank you for having all three of us.
Y'all be easy, man. Peace.
Yeet.